Just in case people were wondering what my shirt said. It says Oakland in his house. I believe that would be a rendition of the White House, which would mean Oakland, where Vice President, soon to be President-elect Kamala Harris will be calling her crib.
Just needed to ensure some.
That was my Andrew. That was my Andrew Dice fucking Clay in his prime, going over a little. Would you like to fucking touch my bird?
That's good. That's a very good Dice. Do you follow him on Instagram? He's very funny. He does this man on the street stuff. Like, he's got some balls. He approaches people in the airports and shit. I would never do that. Just do just do concerts.
The dude that fucking, he got one the other day. The guy says, yeah, CNN's fake news. He says, oh yeah, tell me about what makes it fake news. The guy says, fake news. He said, yeah, what exactly about it? And the guy goes, turns around, looks and goes, I don't know. I don't watch it. He goes, you don't watch it, but it's fake news? How would you know it's fake news? And the guy they had this 2001, 2002, 2003, and the guy
And he just walked off.
Yeah.
I saw. But that wasn't him, though.
It's his partner. There's two of them.
I forget his fucking name. But yeah, no, that was brilliant.
I'll tell you a great one was I ran into Kane. Kane and I were like the last two guys in the gym on Saturday morning. And there was, I could just feel, we said hi earlier, but there were a bunch of people in there. It was just me and him. And I said, I hope you realize that we're still cool, even though you know I'm like super fucking Democrat guy.
You went there.
Yeah. Because that's important. Because if you come on this show and your viewpoint is, I have a lot of friends that are Democrats and we don't talk fucking politics. I wanted him to know that was the case, that we were cool. Because I haven't had a chance. I know he's not watching my podcast. And are you done? Are you going to go for a seat in Congress and he said, I'm term. He said, when this runs through, he said, I'm termed out. Not with the mayor of Knox County or whatever. And I said, so you have no desire to go at a national level? He just looked at me as only he could, and he's fucking salt of the earth kind of guy. He just looked at me and goes, Kev, it's a real fucking dirty business. And for him to say that to me, I was just like, oh, it just, because that's okay. I go to SummerSlam, I get a completely different perspective because I'm in it and backstage and talking to the guys. To be with somebody that's politically stood next to Donald Trump for a PR photo, and then to have a conversation with him, and for him just to say that it's just a fucking nasty business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like this fucking wall, cat.
It is dirty. It's a shit show, and it's tough to navigate. I have friends in politics, and it's just, it is a game. It's a giant board game.
Once you find out that fucking all these fucking old fucking men fucking share private planes and they all sit in the same place where they got the little.
The overarching thing that I get from seeing a little bit from the inside is that there is nothing that's spontaneous. Everything is decided beforehand. And even people on a.
Do you think Walz commented on if Vance will get off the couch? You think that was?
I can appreciate that. I don't mind a little bit of salacious humor in my politicians.
And then somebody said that they were dogging him out because he looked older than 60. Did you see what his response was?
No. He said something to you about that.
He said, you do 20 years as the monitor of the cafeteria and see if you don't lose your hair. I was just like, spoken like a true Midwestern dude. They're trying to paint him. Vance is trying to paint him any way he wants to. The dude was born in Nebraska and he lives in Minnesota. I'm sorry, man, but it's really hard for you to fucking. Donald, I love you, but give me Park Avenue. That dude's exactly who the fuck he says he is.
Authentic, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go back to SummerSlam. Titus and Doomsday in DC. Listen, I'm conservative Christian and I listen every week. If it gets a little too eye-rolly for me, I just skip up a few minutes. It's that simple. Love listening, but I'm not hating anyone over those liars in Washington. Anyone. Y'all like identifying conservatives in a certain way, but all the conservatives I know are far from y'all's stereotypes. I thought Titus had a point, and I'm as guilty as anyone of doing the bucket thing. And so I did write him back, and I said, listen, you know what it is? The douchebags are always the loudest ones in the room, so you walk out with your impression of the party you were just at based on that. And I know, listen, I voted conservatively, too, in my life. There are tenets of both sides that I find desirable, and then there are ones that I find very undesirable. And we say this all the time. I think most people gravitate towards that middle bar. Some from you may lean one side consistently, but like deregulation in its extremes, I think is wrong. It leads to problems. But I'm all for the conservative concept of less government interference in your life. Sign me up for that every time somebody speaks some logic with that. I don't think filth should be belched into the sky without monitoring and some kind of regulation in every industry. I'm just pulling the pollution one because it's most accessible. But yeah, Titus, I think you have a point. Not all conservatives behave, and not all conservatives are down with what's going on right now in Washington. Kev?
The pro-life, pro-choice thing, it's one of those things where if you're pro-choice, then that's great, and I think should we not have choices when it comes to our own health care? I'm not a woman, but I believe that she has the right to determine what's done with her body, especially when birth control pills are not 100%. So if somebody's trying not to get pregnant, and I know with the Catholicism will tell them if they need either use the rhythm method or just
what Catholicism what the Vatican has to say about sexual behavior, first of all.
Yeah, but it's always like, we just don't do it. I'm like, all right, I won't do it, but can we get the prostate fucking drugs dropped from on the government, $1? If you don't nut, your prostate's gonna.
You could do yourself, right? Is that still a sin?
I think it is.
It's still a sin. Okay.
I'm sure somebody thinks it is.
Loads for anything but procreation, a sin. I'm a bad Catholic. I don't remember any of that shit. Bronx PC Tech was listening, Kev. He said, in the hospital with a bad cellulitis infection, and the latest show is helping a lot. The line about Samartino on Peacock happened while a nurse is taking my blood, and I busted out laughing. Also, I'm a conservative. Lighten up, fuckers. It's entertainment. Smile. All right, Bronx, I hope you feel better. Cellulitis. I didn't look it up. So I can't speak to your condition. Do you remember the Samartino on Peacock comment? I don't remember anything. Sounds like a good one.